Hi everyone. So welcome back to ACE, the SAT Math in 40 days. And here we go with our series again. Today what we'll be doing is that linear inequalities, a key topic that shows multiple choice question and grid in questions also. So I'll be telling you about how to solve and graph inequalities. Mostly we'll be using Desmos. I'll be telling you about how to use Desmos properly because you have the graphing calculator there. What is the difference between less than and equal to, and how do inequality word problems appear in your set? That is a very important. So we'll be learning how to solve them quickly and accurately. Okay, so let's get started with it and let me share my screen. Knowing about inequalities a bit or a hint you must be having. So what are inequalities? Okay, so they are just like your equalities. What happens that they contain inequality symbols, right? In equality you have equal to sign, but in inequality you have greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, or less than equal to, these signs, right? These signs are there between numerical and variable expressions. So four types of simple inequality in the graphs are shown below. Okay, so x is lesser than 4. How do you write it? You write it like minus infinity to 4 in parenthesis. Like this you write it, less than 4, right? So you cannot take 4. So you will be representing it with a hollow circle on the number line and every value which is less than 4. So this is how you'll be representing it. Now x is greater than minus 3. So here you'll write minus 3 to infinity, all with parenthesis, and here again a hollow circle, and it will go till infinite. Okay, now lesser than equal to, here you can take the value. When you'll be enclosing this, you'll be enclosing this with a square bracket, minus infinity to everything. Now here 2 is included. Whenever something is included, here you represent it with a darkened circle. Okay, so less than or equal to 2, at most 2, not greater than 2, like 2.1, 2.001, all these values you cannot take it. Okay, now you have is that greater than equal to minus 1. So again with a darkened circle, and this will be going, and here you'll be representing it with a square bracket. So less than dot, greater than equal to, less than equal to, these all things would be there. Now, property of inequality, nothing, they are same like your inequality only. Transitive property, A is lesser than B, B is lesser than C, so A is lesser than C, right? Now A is lesser than B, so A plus B is greater than A plus C. See now, I'll tell you just one thing, only one thing you have to do here, that in equality, whenever you multiply it by a negative sign, suppose you have x plus 5 and you have y minus 4, right? When you multiply by negative sign, nothing happens here. Okay, and if you have say x plus 5 greater than y minus 4, right? So if you multiply this thing by negative sign, remember your inequality changes. The sign of the inequality, it flips. So if x plus 5 is greater than, it will become lesser than minus of y minus 4. That's what you have to do in inequality. That's it. Rest everything, it is same as equality only. Okay. So let's try to solve some examples here. And here you have the very first example you have is that x, it is given to you, x is no greater than minus 2. No greater than minus 2 means what? It is lesser than minus 2, isn't it? And minus 2 you have to include it here. So lesser than equal to minus 2. So A part will be representing x is lesser than or equal to minus 2. Right? Minus 2 you cannot include here. Now you have B part. So how you'll be doing this B part? Amount of calories N meet or exceed 1200. Okay. Amount of calories N meet or exceed 1200. So N is greater than or equal to 1200. So N is greater than or equal to 1200. This is how it is. Now solve this thing. 4n take away 9 is greater than 12 take away 3n. So I'll be doing both ways. In normally in test you have to do by your Desmos only because it is very easy. Let's do it analytically and then I'll be doing with Desmos also. Okay. So let's see how it is done. So 4n minus 12, 4n minus 9, sorry, is greater than 12 take away 3n. right? I'll shift 9 there. I'll keep all n on one side and all other things on. So minus 9 will be shifted here, minus 3n will be shifted here. So what will become? 4n plus 3n is greater than equal to 12 plus 9. So 4n plus 3n is 7n. It's greater than 21. So n you'll get it as greater than or equal to 3. How you'll represent this on the number line? 3 to infinite, right? So you'll be representing this thing as 3 to infinite like this. A square bracket and parenthesis always there on the infinite. Okay. So this is it. This is how you simplify. Now, let's do it on Desmos as okay. So normally when you are doing on Desmos, try to do everything like a, you know, x only, because normally Desmos does not take another variables, right? So you have 4 uh x minus 9. This thing is given to you greater than uh 12 take away 3n 3x. So you can see here, right? 4 and take away 3x. So what it is coming? 3 comma 0. Whole graph is coming here 3 comma 0. Okay, greater than, as you can see, this area, right? This point here is, if you can see here, it's 3 comma 0. So x is greater than or equal to 3. 3 value it is taking, right? So I hope how to do it with Desmos you must have got this. Now here also we got the solution, n is greater than 3. So in your exam you have to do by Desmos only. Now let's go ahead, and here it is given minus 3 plus n is lesser than equal to 25, right? For the range of value 4n take away 12 you have to find. Okay. So this is the exercise which you are having. So minus 3 plus n is lesser than 25 it is given. So what it says that n, right? Minus 3 plus n is lesser than 25. This means n is lesser than 28, right? N is lesser than 28, lesser than equal to 28. So the maximum value of n is 28, right? Possible ranges represent possible ranges of 4. So maximum value is 28, isn't it? So I'll do uh 28 times 4 minus 12. Isn't it? 28 times 4, how much it gives you? 112, isn't it? So 4n minus 12 will be lesser than or equal to 100, isn't it? I'll put n if it is. So 4n minus 12 will be lesser than or equal to 4 times 28 minus 12, right? Because maximum values of n is 12. So how much this is? 180, and 112 take away 12, right? So 4n minus 12 will always be lesser than 100. I think so. Lesser than or equal to 100, B would be the answer. Okay, I hope you must have got it. Same thing you'll be doing with this inequality. Which of the following number is not a solution to the inequality? Okay, so half x over 2 minus 1 over 3 is greater than 7 over 9 plus 5x over 2, right? I'll shift the thing to other side. So minus 1 over 3 minus 7 over 9 is lesser than 5x over 2 take away x over 2. So this is 4x over 2. So this is 2x, right? And then you have into 3 into 3. So minus 10 over 9. So x is lesser than minus 5 over 9. So this would be your answer. X is lesser than minus 5 over 9. Whatever answer would be greater than 5 over 9, that we will neglect here. Okay. So what all are they? uh, I think so. This is coming out to be 0.5, something like that, right? Anything more than that is not your answer, right? So zero point 0.5, 0.25, this is 0.15. This can be the answer. This half cannot be the answer, right? So our answer would be half, right? Not a solution, it is given. Not a solution. So our answer would be half. This would be our answer. Okay, so these type of things you'll get to solve. Now here you have minus 3a plus 7, but normally in exam you have to use your Desmos. Okay, now minus 3a plus 7 greater than equal to 5a take away 7. I'll shift the things there, right? So 7 plus 17 is lesser than 5a plus 3a. So it is 8a, 24. So 3 lesser than a. A is lesser than or equal to 3. Greatest possible value of a. So maximum value of a you are getting is 3. So I'll get 3 times 3 plus 7, which is 16. This is the maximum possible value of this thing, not a. A is 3, but 3a plus 7 is 16. Product of 7 and number n is no less than 91. Product of 7 n is not less than, so it's greater than 91, isn't it? This would be your answer. Now you have compound and absolute value of inequality, right? So sometimes you have two things, right? You have to take the intersection of both of them. Okay. So two or more inequalities that are connected by words and or. Okay. And means intersection, or you means you have to take union here. This is for union. This is for intersection, right? So these are called as compounded inequality. Compound inequality, not compounded inequality. A compound inequality containing and is true only if both inequalities are true, right? So means just intersection. First should also be true and second should also be true. So this is the reason for and. Okay. And it is the intersection of the graph of two inequality. Now, or means what? Or that just one of them could be true, right? So means you have to take union here. Better will be understanding with the help of example. Okay, so let's see. Suppose I have this thing minus 7, 7 minus 2x lesser than 15. So let me find the solution and it is given. So I have to take now intersection of both of the solution, right? How I'll take, let's see, and let's see it graphically also. So normally what you have to do just by graphically only, because easier it would be done, nothing you have to do. Let me solve this first inequality first. So 7 take away 2x greater than 15. So what will happen? 7 minus 15 is lesser than 2x. So which is minus 8 is lesser than 2x. So minus 4 is lesser than x. X lesser than minus 4. Okay. Same way. 10 plus 3x is greater than minus 11. So what will happen that 3x is greater than minus 11 minus 10. So 3x is greater than minus 21. X is greater than minus 7. Okay. So here you have 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Okay. Let me also draw it minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, something like that. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. All the things are there. Okay. Now x is lesser than minus 4. Okay. Lesser than, I'll put a hollow sign here, and all the value lesser than minus, sorry, all the value lesser than minus 4 I'll take here. Okay. Hollow circle I'll put, and all the value lesser than minus 4 I'll take here. X is greater than minus 7. Hollow sign again. All the value greater than minus 7 I'll put here. Now where these two graphs are intersecting, here these two graphs are intersecting, isn't it? So my solution would be minus 7 to minus 4. These are my solutions. Okay, now what you have to do is that you have to, we'll try to do this same thing by Desmos. So 7 minus 2x and 10 plus 3x. Both the things I'll try to do with Desmos. Okay. So see now, what do I have here? 7 minus 2x is greater than 15. Okay. So I'll write 7 minus 2 times x greater than 15. This is my graph, right? It will always represent a area. Remember, inequality will always be representing a area. Okay. Second graph which I have here is that 10 plus 3x is greater than minus 11. Okay. So 10 plus 3x is greater than minus 11. Now you can also see wherever these two graphs are intersecting, I can see this portion here, isn't it? What portion, right? It is this portion here. Okay. Now see what are the points here. This point is how much? You can see minus 7 comma 0. This point is how much? Minus 4 comma 0, isn't it? Isn't this lie is lying between these two things? So this is where the intersection of both graphs is there. This is my solution, right? So this is my solution, minus 7 to minus 4. This is how we do by Desmos. I hope you must have got it. So with Desmos, it would be extremely easier to do the question. So now what we'll be doing will be solving by Desmos only. I've done a lot of work analytically. Okay, now let's solve these. Both of the inequality is mod of 2x minus 3 lesser than equal to 7 and mod of n minus 4 greater than 3. Okay. Remember, modulus graph have a notch, always have a notch. Okay, so let's solve this first thing. Mod of 2x minus 3 lesser than 7. Okay, I'll be writing questions here only so that again and again I don't have to. So mod of 2x minus 7 is lesser than 7. Okay, so first of all, I'll put a mod here. Mhm. 2x minus 3. Mod of 2x minus 3 is lesser than equal to 7. Right, so this is the graph of mod of 2x minus 3 is lesser than equal to 7. Okay, this is the inequality it is representing, and you can see where the solution is lying. It is lying between minus 2 comma 0 to 5 comma 0, as you can see here. Where it is lying, minus 2 comma 0 to 5 comma 0. This is where it is lying. I hope you can see this. And the second one is that we have here is now the second one which we have here is mod of n minus 4 greater than 3. So let me take this as x only because this Desmos directly does not take uh, n. So the second question is I have here is that mod of x minus 4 is greater than 3. This is what I have. Okay, so let me draw this graph also and show it to you. So here I have mod of x minus 4 greater than 3. So you can see the graph where it is lying, right? Minus infinity to 1 union 2 to infinity. Okay, so this is where the graph is lying. Union 7 to infinity. If you can see, this point is actually 7. I hope you must have got all this. So this is what we had here, and this is how we solve it, right? So let's solve this inequality with the help of, your Desmos only. Okay. So let's try to solve it. 3 minus n minus 2, and let's try to solve this. So we have here 3 minus n lesser than minus 2 and 2n plus 3 lesser than equal to minus 1. Okay. So 3 minus x lesser than minus 2. This is lesser than minus 2. This is one of my graph. And then the second graph which I have is 2n plus 3 lesser than equal to minus 1. So 2x plus 3, and I have lesser than equal to minus 1. So these are my both of the graphs. Okay. Let me again check whether they are correct. 3 minus n lesser than minus 2, and 2n plus 3, 2x plus 3 lesser than equal to minus. Okay, so these are my both. Now you only tell me whether they both are intersecting or not. They are not at all intersecting, isn't it? So I have to check is not a solution to the inequality or. Now since it is written or here, definitely I have to take the union, right? Since it is written or here, definitely I have to take the union or. Okay. So my solution here would be minus infinity to minus t union 5 to infinity. Isn't it? My solution would be minus infinity to minus 2 union 5 to infinity. This is what it would be my solution. Okay. Now let's see which number is not lying. Minus 2, it is lying in this range. So this can be the solution. Not a solution. This minus 2 and then 2 is lying and 5 is also lying, right? So 2 would be the correct answer. Minus 2 can be the answer, and then you have 5 to infinity, right? So obviously 2 is not lying in this thing. So 2 will be my answer. Let's do this question. 5w plus 7 is greater than minus 2. So 5x plus 7 greater than minus 2. This would be my one graph. And then second would be 6x minus 15. So it would be 6x minus 15. It is lesser than equal to um, 3 times minus 1 plus w. So it's 3 times minus 1 plus x. Now you can see here, they both are intersecting. Where they are intersecting? At these points. What are these points? Let me check. This point is minus 1.8 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. Minus 1.8 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. So minus 1.8 till 4. This would be my answer. Okay. One I'll include, one I'll not include. Now, is a solution to the number should lie in this range 8, 5, 2. 2 is definitely my answer. That's it. Okay. So it's definitely the answer is 2. I hope you must have got it because it is lying in this range. As you can see here in Desmos, 2 is somewhere over here, it lies it. Okay, guys, now let's go ahead and see the graphing inequality into variable. So, same thing, graphing inequality, right? This will represent a kind of area of the things, okay? And it would be a solution to order pair x and y inequality. Sketch the graphing inequality, right? So, we'll sketch this graphing inequality. Sketching, I think so you must be knowing, but normally you have to use Desmos only, okay? Now, again, let's try to graph this one. 2y plus x lesser than equal to 4. So, let's try to do this thing with the help of Desmos only. So I have 2 times y plus x is lesser than or equal to 4. So this is my graph for this. Okay, 2 times y plus x is lesser than or equal to 4. Okay, then again I have here is that 3x minus 2y is greater than equal to 2, right? So if I want to draw the graph of this thing, as you can see here in Desmos, it is equal to um, 3x minus 2y greater than 2. So I'll write like 3x minus 2y is greater than 2. It is like this, right? Intersection, if both I have to take, I can take. Fine, I hope you must have got it. Now we'll be solving the inequality. Which of the following inequality represent the graph above? Okay, so see now, which point here it is? Which point here it is? It is a x, it is this thing, line parallel to y-axis, isn't it? So this point is minus 2, isn't it? So y is always greater than minus 2, you can see here. So it would be C as the answer. Same way, right? So which one this is representing? 0, comma 2, just see which one it satisfies 0, comma 2. You can put the values. So y I'll put 2 and so 2 times 2 which is 4 times 0. So this is not giving, right? 4 lesser than equal to 6. Yes, B can be, right? B can be. Now again, 6 greater than or equal to 6. This also can be, and 6 lesser than or equal to 6. Okay, now I'll put minus 3 comma 0 also. So minus 3 comma 0, when I'll put here, I'm getting minus 9 which is lesser than 6. Okay, this one follows, but minus 3 I'll put here, 6 greater than equal to 6, this will follow and this is follow. Any point here in between I'll put. So suppose you have say 0 comma 0. Okay, that should also follow. Okay, so B would be the answer. Now, graphing of system of inequality is a set of two inequality with the same variable. So just you have to draw the graphs and take the union or intersection of both. Okay. So solve each system by graphing. So let's try to solve this one by graphing. Wherever they intersect, whatever area they include, that would be my answer. Okay, so let's try to do this now. X greater than minus 2. So you'll take this one, y equal to lesser than equal to 3. So all the graph below this y, and y greater than equal to x minus 1. So this, so whatever this enclosed area would be your answer. Okay, same way, let me do the B part. So um, y lesser than or equal to 3x minus 1. So y is lesser than or equal to 3x minus 1, and then I have here is a y greater than minus 2x. So y greater than or equal to minus 2x. Now what? Y greater than minus 2x it is coming. So greater than minus 2x. So this is what it is coming. Now what area is coming in between both of them? This area, as you can see, this area is coming, right? So this would be your answer. Wherever this is intersecting, which point it is? Minus 0.2 comma 0 point minus 0.4. So this would be your answer. Okay, that's how you have to tweak the areas. Okay, so let's do this question. A system of inequality and a graph are shown. Which section is the that could represent all the solution of the system. So y minus x greater than equal to minus 1. Let's do, which is y minus x greater than or equal to minus 1. This is what it is. The second one is y lesser than or equal to minus 2x. Y lesser than or equal to minus 2x. So which one it is representing? This thing right here. So this is what it is, your solution. 0.3 comma minus 0.667, and then you have 0 comma 0. All these are solutions. This area is representing your solution. Okay. Why? Because this both should include. So what it is? C. All this question you also can do, right? And here it is over. Bye bye. Take care.